Hey guys, it's me David, and today we're going to be reviewing Bricker Build's brand new Master Chief replica helmet, but also the companion Cortana that also is included in this instructions kit. Bricker Builds is also launching today the opportunity to buy not just the instructions for what you guys see here, but also the parts that are needed. So that combination is now available. Pre-orders will be down in the link in the description. Just like with all Bricker Builds, not only can you just buy the parts, but you can also just get the instructions. So say you have a lot of sand green Lego on hand, you can probably build this one yourself by just buying the instructions. Or if you just want to build the Cortana model, that's also an option as well. So yeah, these two come together as one kit, if you will. This is I would say about a 1-to-1 scale replica of Master Chief's helmet. And as you can see, it is indeed in the sand green color. Absolutely love this. Now, it technically should be olive green. I'd say that's the more accurate Lego color to go with for Master Chief's helmet, especially if you're looking at, of course, Halo Infinite, which I have been playing the heck out of. Been enjoying that game so much. Holy cow. So getting a Lego Master Chief helmet here in the studio is quite something. So sand green, olive green might be a little bit of a debate for you guys, but personally, I really like the sand green. I don't know why. Maybe it's the contrast of the colors with the dark orange visor and the sand green helmet. I just really like the way it looks. I don't know why. I know it's not technically accurate, but the sand green just looks really good. It just pops. If you guys are interested in an olive green version, hit Bricker Builds up. Let them know if you want that iteration of the helmet to come. For right now, it's just going to be sand green, but like I said, it is possible in the future to get an olive green version if you guys want it. I still think the sand green is the way to go. I don't know why. Like it just looks Lego. Maybe that's why it doesn't look like a certain competitor. But enough about Master Chief here. Let's take a look at this Cortana model that's also included in this instruction kit. So first off, you're getting the chip that's inserted in the back of Master Chief's helmet. There's actually two here. So there's the chip that Cortana here is standing on. But if we flip the Master Chief helmet around, there is one big feature to this helmet, which is there's indeed an actual little mini chip here that goes out of the helmet, and of course you can reinsert it, and it has this really nice, you push it in and then there's like this extra little click that you push in. I don't know why, but it feels really cool. No spoilers, but when you're playing the beginning of Halo Infinite, there is a moment where you're inserting the chip into Master Chief's helmet, and it just reminds me of that, and I really dig it. I really do. The chip here that Cortana is standing on is probably about twice as big as the one that's actually in Master Chief's helmet here, and that's to scale better to this actual Cortana model herself. She has, of course, the index here as a little hologram, and this is indeed a blue Cortana. I guess you could also make this out of purple if you wanted to, but the Cortana model looks really good from all angles. I'm very impressed with the posability. The instructions have you pose Cortana like the way you see it here, which is kind of like floating, and of course holding the index. I think it looks really good, and then it also is on this black display stand. The two in combination, Master Chief's helmet and this Cortana hologram model, they look so good side by side. Honestly, you could just build one or the other, but having them together is really freaking cool in my opinion. I love the way they came out. So there's one other feature to the Master Chief helmet. I know you would think like a display model like this helmet wouldn't have that many features, but not only does he have the chip in the back of the helmet that I just showed, but there's one other feature. You have to flip the helmet around. You'll see here that Bricker Builds has made a little stand right here. It comes off pretty easily. But when you want to take the stand off, whether you're transporting the Master Chief helmet or you just don't want to use the stand, there's actually some snot bricks, that's sideways Lego bricks, inside the helmet to store the stand. So it looks like that. You can hopefully see that. It stores in there very easily. It's not hard at all to get it in or out. But now you can either, take your Master Chief helmet with you. Also, I know I'm going to get a lot of people asking, no, you can't fit it over your head, unfortunately. It's just a little too tight. You wouldn't want to anyways. You're going to poke your eye out if you do. When you take the stand off, as you can see, it now has an angle to the helmet, and you might prefer displaying the Master Chief helmet like this, actually. I'm indifferent. I like having it like stand up so it's perfectly flat like this, but at the same time, I also really like the angle, and it actually really reminds me of the Halo 3 Legendary Edition when that game launched back in 2007. You got this helmet with it, and in fact I actually have that helmet. So here is the Halo 3 Legendary Edition helmet. This is so cool. So first off, this helmet comes off, and when you originally got the game, Halo 3 would be sitting in here. So this should hopefully give you a pretty good indication on terms of like scale. If you happen to have the Halo 3 Legendary Edition helmet here, you can see how much bigger the Lego one is. I'm surprised how good, and especially like the dimensions and shaping, the Lego version that Bricker Builds has made, how well it really scales to this one. They're very similar in terms of the details that need to be captured. Of course, we're talking about Lego here, so you're not going to have those sloping curves that you would expect, but I think that's why you would purchase this model, so you get that Lego look. So as you can see from the side profile, a lot of the details are here, coming from the replica model to the replica Lego model here. I'm very impressed with what Bricker Builds has been able to bring to the table. This is really cool, and I cannot wait to display this alongside my Legendary Edition Halo 3 helmet. All right, so lastly, I want to talk about the instructions and building experience for this custom model. Incredible. Bricker Builds has once again outdone themselves. It was an even better building experience than the last build I did, which was the Darth Vader bust. That was fine. I really enjoyed that build, but somehow they keep iterating and improving the instructions. I'm very impressed. It's really close to what I would think a Lego set from the company would feel like in terms of a Master Chief replica helmet. So great job to the team. They continue to improve their instructions, and this was no exception. I only found one very minor mistake. It was just a way a hinge aligned. Other than that, there wasn't any other problems with the instructions. So what you see here comes in at $600 if you want both the parts and instructions from Bricker Builds. They'll send you the parts directly so you can build it outright. You don't have to go through Bricklink or sort through your collection to find the parts. That's up to you if you want to go through that option. What's awesome about Bricker Builds, and I say this in every review, you have the option, whether you want to buy the parts yourself, maybe slowly accumulate them over time if you don't have $600 up front, that's an option. I really enjoy that, so it's up to you whether you want to pay up the $600 to get this, or if you want to just get the instructions and slowly accumulate the collection. You need to build the helmet and Cortana. Totally up to you. Regardless, this is a highly recommended custom kit for me. I'm a giant Halo fan. I'm a giant Lego fan, so this speaks so much for itself. It is truly an amazing model, and I cannot recommend it enough. And of course, I'll be making a few more Lego Halo videos in the weeks to come here on my channel, so if you want to see that, hit the subscribe button down below. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.